I think it's a shame that Judge Sotomayor had to resign, or felt she had to resign, because, when I think of all the men who are members of clubs, and I think of course, Bohemian Grove, and nobody asked those people to resign, isn't there a double standard here?
Well, it's sort of hard to understand when Judge Ginsburg is a member of the Women's Forum and former Justice Senator Connor is a member of the Women's Forum, and other women are members of the Women's Bar Association, the National Association of Women Judges, and so there are a lot of organizations out there that women are a member of.
Sure.
And so, yes, it's difficult to understand.
But, do you understand where she was? She didn't want this to be a distraction. I thought you were quite gracious in your letter back to her saying you're welcome back any time. Did you understand her position on this?
Certainly. I mean, Sonia is a very bright, dynamic woman who believes in the Constitution, and she really needs to be considered on the fact that she has been the American dream and wants to be considered on her competence and her qualifications. Yeah. And what's sort of come up is political efforts to detract from her expertise.
I can't imagine, though, had she stayed with Belizean Grove, that it would have hurt her in any way.
Well, there's politics out there, so
Sure.
all you have to do is there's a great saying that leaders have to have energy, intelligence, and integrity. And the first two, the energy and intelligence, are dangerous. That's the third, the integrity. And she has all three. So you just have to sort of realize you've got to sort of let her have the chance to speak to the Senate. And hopefully the American people will get a chance to get to know her better as well.
Now let's find out, what is Belizean Grove? Because many people are hearing about this for the first time. And, is it tongue-in-cheek that it was kind of named after Bohemian Grove?
Sure. 9 years ago, a group of us got together who had watched the power of the Bohemian Grove and wanted to try to figure out how we could create a organization, or we call it a constellation, of women who are key decision makers in the profit, nonprofit, and social sectors, who really want to help each other achieve our goals and help our families do the same. So we had a meeting in Belize 9 years ago, and then we sort of called the organization the Belizean Grove, and we meet every year in either the end of January, beginning of February, in Belize or a Central South American country.
The group is very unlike the Bohemian Grove, if what I read about the Bohemian Grove is true. But, every Republican president since Calvin Coolidge has been a member of Bohemian Grove. It's mostly a white male Republican group where they, if you read about them, I don't know how much of that stuff is true. Do you? About whether they...
I don't, but I do know the Belizean Grove is filled with women from 5 continents of all races, nationalities, and creeds, and we're a very diverse group. And by the way, we are also a nonpartisan group. We come from all parties, and we try to discuss issues in a nonpartisan setting.
Yeah, and on these trips, partners of these women are welcome as well. Men are welcome.
Let's just take this year. Our meeting was in Peru in the beginning of February, and we have male speakers. We are hosted, for instance, in this case, the U.S. ambassador to Peru, a man who used the opportunity to have the Belizean Grovers and their spouses, partners, significant others, adult children, because of reception, be able to have the opportunity to also invite the women in the Peruvian cabinet and come as well. Our after trips also have husbands, spouses, adult children come as well. And this year, on the after trip to Machu Picchu and the Sacred Valley, one of the people that came along, one of the men that came along, actually proposed to one of the Grovers on the trip.
Oh, really?
And she accepted, and in front of all the other Grovers, they all celebrated. So no one's anti-man. I mean, there are actually men who propose marriage on the after trips, and the women accept, and everyone is celebrating.
It seems like it's a little more pro multi-gender than Bohemian Grove, which I think once got sued for not even having female wait persons there. So, it's fascinating to me that this has become such a political football. Were you blindsided by this, or did you kind of see this coming?
No, I think we're totally blindsided. The Belizean Grove is sort of a under the radar group of women who all sort of care about helping each other, achieve their destinies, but also helping their families do the same. And so it seems to us a total surprise that we've been attacked while the justices are also members of the Women's Bar Association, the National Association of Women Directors, or whatever, judges.
Yeah, and many presidents, as we mentioned, have been members of Bohemian Grove. Who knows how many Supreme Court justices